are in Parashat Tzav, which is the commandment that has to do with the different sacrifices and the specific fire that was brought on the Mizbeach, on the altar. And the Zohar tells us, Rabbi Amichai patach ve'amar, ve'esh al mizbeach tukad bo, that the fire should be eternally on the altar. Ve'esh al mizbeach tukad bo. Amai, why is this the case? Why does it have to be this eternal fire that's on the altar? Why couldn't they bring a new fire each and every day? Uvir alea etzim baboker baboker v'chahana amai. And why is it that the Kohanim, that the priests are the ones that bring this wood onto the Mizbeach, on that, and using that eternal fire? We learn on a deeper level that fire signifies judgment. And here we have the work of the Kohanim. We have the work of the priests who are on the right side. Kabbalistically, the Kohanim are on the right side of the Sephirotic tree, corresponding to Chesed, whereas the Levites, the Levim, are on the left side, and they are more connected to Gevura, to fire, etc. So why is it, the Zohar is asking, why do the Kohanim, why do they have this work to do with fire, with meat, and all that? The Kohanim are peacemakers, are people of Chesed, signifying more water, the energy more of water. So the Zohar says, Elahachi ulifna, this is what we have learned. Barnash te'ati lemechte kamei marei, that a person that has sinned or wants to sin in front of the Creator, ha'ukid garme b'shalhu havita diyetzerara. So then what that person does, so then what we do when we err, when we sin, when we make a mistake, so then we use that fire that could be used for godliness, but we use the fire, a desire or a mistake, or if it's on the whatever it may be, it's stirring up the fire of the other side, of the Yetzer Hara, of the negative inclination. The Yetzer Hara misita de ruach mesava ka'at yashar beruach mesava. So there's the spirit of impurity there. Ulezimne nishmodaan korbane de'atyan mehaisita. And at times we have certain sacrifices that were brought that correspond to uplifting, and each one and each aspect in the temple was there in order to fix, in order to rectify, to heal, essentially a part or a portion of what a person may have done, which was negative, and in order to remove that. So the Zohar says, so there's the particular healing which was administered, the different korban that a person would bring in rectification, but there's still the fire underneath that caused the person to err. And it was a fire that they mistakenly subscribed to, that they mistakenly thought that was what they needed to do. And in order to fix that, we have this fire of the Mizbeach, the fire of the altar. Valda bai de lo yid'akun leila almin. And therefore we have to be very scrupulous about the fact that the fire on the altar should never go out. That on the deepest level, the deepest fire that a person has, that we really have inside, is a fire for God. So externally, we have fires for other things, that we make mistakes. But on the deepest level, we're really innocent, we're really pure. And we know that on the Mizbeach, that place of the Mizbeach, the place of the altar, is the place where Adam was created, where Adam was born. And our sages say, why was it that is where he was born? And that's the place of the altar, because from the place of his atonement is where he's born. So the being fixed already, the fixing of the mistake which Adam already did, which Adam started off the world with, essentially, is already atoned for in the Mizbeach, in the fact that we have the Mizbeach, we have the altar over there. And it teaches us that on the deepest level, that all sin is really external to who we are. On the deepest level, we're really a fire for God, a fire for the Creator. And the Zohar continues, "V'chahana yisader alei esha baboker baboker." So the Kohanim bring these logs of wood, and they create this fire. They stoke this fire from the eternal fire each and every morning. Bezimna deshalta sitra dile vitar be'alma. At the time that there is the Chesed of the Kohanim, because we have the three parts of the day: the morning, the afternoon, and the evening time. So we have the morning time, that's the time of the Kohanim. And we have the afternoon, specifically before the dusk, that's the time of the Levites. And then we have the evening time, that's the time of the Israelites. So the time of the morning is the time of begin levasma alma. It's a time of uplifting and rectifying and bringing a sweet smell to the world by that realization of going back to our core, going back to our essence, much like what we do every single morning. We wake up in the morning, so regardless of what our previous day was, we start off again, where it's like a new day. It's a new reality. And that's the energy of the morning, that's the energy of the Kohanim. And this causes the subduing of judgment, that they do not come into the world, that they say, oh, this person did this, or this went on, and you have a fire for negativity. Yes, we all do, but on the deepest level, our fire is really a deep fire and an innocent fire, a fire that is eternal for the Creator, much like Adam. Although he sinned, although Adam really started off the world with in this energy of falling, of chet, and we're here to rectify that. But we're here to rectify that, and this reminds us that the work that we really have is the work of revealing our holy, our godly fire. So on that we learn that there's a fire that consumes a fire. What's a fire that consumes a fire? Rather, the holy fire is able to consume the negative fire. So the fire of Chesed, the fire of kindness, the fire of goodness is able to consume the fire of negativity. So the fire of the altar, it consumes the fire of the other side. And therefore, this fire should never go out. And the Kohanim, who come from the side of Chesed, have to arrange this every day, because they arrange the fire of holiness, the fire of godliness, the fire of deep connection, to be able to outdo and to burn and to extinguish, to expunge the fire of the other side, the fire of negativity. And so this is a beautiful, deep lesson for us from this portion of the Zohar, Parashat Tzav. Tzav literally means to command, but it is regarding idolatry. So it says that Tzav, our sages tell us that Tzav has to do with idolatry. So what's the way to combat idolatry? Idolatry that is on the outside, the belief in foreign gods, the belief in multiplicity, and it ultimately comes from within us. That is what the Parsha tells us right away. It's by having that eternal fire. How do we stoke that eternal fire, that eternal connection to our Creator, to ourself? It's by that deep recognition inside, and by utilizing, by employing that Kohen part of ourselves. There's the Kohen, the Levi, and the Israelite. The Kohen is the side of Chesed, of loving kindness, and revelation, and drawing down of blessing upon the world. How is that done? Where is that done? That's done on the Mizbeach, on the altar, and that in our playing field, in who we are, that is the altar of our heart, where although we may have many different directions that our heart may be going in many different directions. We may be thinking that, that's it. It's like too much. We're either too old, or I've already swayed too much. I've already gone to a place of no return. So we should always remember, Eish Tamid, there's an eternal fire that's there. That eternal fire is the eternal fire of our Neshama, and all we have to do is dig deep enough to find that part of eternal holiness, the eternal fire found by the holiness, by the sanctity of our inner Kohanim, our inner Kohen strength, and to be able to reveal that, and that will be able to ward off the lo tichbe, the negativity which is there in the world. All the idolatry and all the negativity may be extinguished, and may we see the light and the fire of the Mizbeach once again in the temple, Eish Tukad al Mizbeach, in the coming of Mashiach, B'meher ve'amenu, Amen.